Hi, I'm Dr. Blair Masters, and I wanted to talk today about intermittent fasting. This is an easy way to get started on this. It'll improve your metabolism, your brain, your immunity, your ability to lose weight, and a host of other health benefits as well. I recommend intermittent fasting to everybody. It has been shown to be extremely good for you. So let's get into this here. You've got basically two engines in your body, and I'm making this a lot more simple than it actually is, but you've basically got two engines. One is a carb burning engine and one is your fat burning engine. And they're both very powerful engines. However, if you give your body the choice, it will always choose the carb burning engine because it's easier. If you're in a situation where you supply your body with carbohydrates, it is almost delivered in the way that it directly burns in the engine. If you supply your body with fats, it has to go through a couple of steps for it to get burned in this engine. So if you're having carbs with every meal, then you're going to be in a situation where your body says, well, I'll just use this engine and put this one in the garage and we won't use this one. And what happens as a consequence? Well, you tend to gain weight, become sluggish, and that sort of thing. So what is the best way to kick in your fat burning engine? And that is to not give your body a choice. It'll always choose this one, so don't give it the choice. It's kind of like a little kid. Do you want to eat broccoli or do you want to eat candy? Well, they don't take into consideration what's better for them. They'll eat the candy every time. Same goes with your body. So don't give it a choice. You've just got to get it started on this engine. And this is an easy way to do it. Let's talk about how to do that. Well, you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner here, and then you sleep, and you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and your body gets in this habit of doing this. So how do you do this fasting? First step, improve your diet. I recommend eating a Paleolithic diet. There's lots of diets out there. Some people recommend ketogenic diet. That's a good diet as well. I find it a little bit hard to stay on long term, but a Paleolithic diet is very healthy. See the description below. There's more info on eating paleo down there. I've got some other videos and that sort of thing. Step 2, take supplements. Take an omega-3 fatty acid, take vanadyl sulfate, chromium picolinate, alpha-lipoic acid. These are all things that help your pancreas deal with the sugar that's in your blood better. So basically, they'll help you become less sugar dependent. Okay? So, Step 3, and this is where we start to get into this. Delay your breakfast. This is starting out. Delay your breakfast just a little bit. So let's say you usually eat at 7 in the morning. I'll wake up at 6, eat at 7, whatever. Okay, well, I'm going to go the first week, I'm going to go till 9:30 or whatever. And your body's used to 7. It's like, oh, man, what are they doing to me? I'm starving here. I need something to eat. So around 7 or 9:30 or so, you eat and your body's like, okay. Well, during that period of time, here's what happens. All during the night, your body starts to burn the carbohydrates that are there, the sugar that's in the blood, and then it gets to this point and it says, okay, we've depleted our sugar in the blood. It starts to basically burn the reserve tank that your liver has set aside, and then breakfast comes and you're back to normal. Your body says, okay, great, they fed me again, I'm in good shape, I can continue to use my carb burning engine. Well, when we delay this, your body says, it gets to where you usually eat breakfast and your body says, whoa, they are not feeding us. What is the problem? What's the situation here? So, okay, I don't know what the problem is. I've got to start burning other fuels, and it starts looking at your fat deposits for energy. Now, your body's not going to like this because it's used to getting carbohydrates, so you're going to get maybe cranky, you're going to get seriously hungry, you're going to be in a situation where some people get weak or that sort of thing. We'll talk about what to do in those stages here in a minute. But step 2, if you go a couple weeks, and I don't want you to fast every day, that's a bad idea. If you fast every day, it's no longer fasting, it's just your regular lifestyle. And your body sees it as normal and doesn't do anything different with it. So I don't want you to fast every day. Fast at maximum 2 days a week and spread those days out. We'll talk about that here in a minute. At the beginning, I recommend only 1 day a week. Delay breakfast, step 3. After you've gotten used to this, and you can go a significant amount of time, skip breakfast altogether. So you go from dinner, go through, and you eat at noon here, I'm assuming, and you go to lunchtime. Step 5, skip breakfast and lunch. Whoa. Your body at this point is saying, oh my gosh, we've depleted all of our carbs in our blood. Now we've depleted everything. Our liver is set back. Now we've got to start burning that fat that is set aside in our body stores, our storehouse. And it will get better and better and better at burning the fat that you've got stored up in your body. Now, next step, fast for 24 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and skip breakfast, lunch, and dinner and go to the next day. And that's actually even more than 24 hours. If you can go from dinner to dinner, that's great. If you can go past that, even better. And then the next step, go back to step 3 here, where you're delaying breakfast, but exercise before you eat. This is seriously putting your body on notice that it's got to get better at coming up with energy in some way. So again, we're back. You've done this now. Your body's pretty good at dealing with things, and you throw exercise in before breakfast. Wow, that's rough, because now I've depleted all my energy stores, and I've gotten in a situation where they're exercising, so I've got to come up with even more energy. So your body is seriously eyeing that reserve fuel tank that is your fat deposits, and it will say, I've got to start metabolizing that stuff, and it will get better and better and better at this, and then you go down the line again. So back to step 3, but exercise before. So you start exercise, and we got some rules here coming up here in a second. You got exercise here, and your body seriously has to get its calories from somewhere, and it starts looking at your fat stores to do that. So what are some rules? What are some rules to make sure you don't get in trouble with this? If you're diabetic or have other metabolic issues, consult your doctor first. Get tested and that sort of thing. This is something that anybody should be able to do. However, type 1 diabetics might have some problems, but be sure you consult your doctor before you do anything like that if you're in this category. If you're lightheaded, feel funny, become weak, eat, but eat foods that don't spike your blood sugar, like nuts. Oh, I'm not used to skipping breakfast, and now it's 11 o'clock, and I feel lightheaded. I don't feel well. I'm going to eat my lunch. I'm going to go ahead and eat my lunch. No problem. Your body is saying, okay, I've got to start getting used to having my sugar depleted, and it's complaining to you, basically. And just like the kid that doesn't get his candy, your body starts to complain. Well, you can give in and give the kid candy, but then you know that kid's going to be obese and have rotted out teeth and all these other consequences of eating sugar on a regular basis. Another rule that you should take into consideration: start fasting when you can stay home. I recommend not going into work when you're fasting, especially at the beginning and you're not sure how your body's going to handle it. When I fast, I notice that I am not as quick on my feet thinking wise. I can exercise without any problems when I fast, but I just can't seem to get my brain to kind of work as well. So I usually fast on the weekends. And then when you start fasting, be with someone. Have somebody there, particularly if you fall into one of these categories here and you're starting fasting. We don't want you passing out and people find you days later in a sugar coma or whatever. You need to be in a situation where you have somebody that can watch after you, particularly at the beginning when you start fasting. If you are struggling with health problems and can't seem to get your health under control, if you've tried lots and lots of stuff, We have some very, very innovative and unique approaches that you haven't heard elsewhere, and I'd be happy to sit down and talk to you about those. Go ahead and email me if you want to talk about that, and we can set up a time where we can discuss your issues.